let's add some follow through to our heroine's left arm. We'll take this one arm at a time so this doesn't get too confusing for us. What I like to do is animate the position of the arm first and have the wrist follow through with that movement. So let's say we grab the arm control, take a look at the speed that the arm is getting thrown back, and use that to assist us in knowing where to add the follow through. Alright, so taking a look at this, so arm gets thrown back. Let's say we have it swing around a little bit more on frame 30. Just bringing it back, making sure it's not locking up. And now we'll want it to start to move to our right. A few frames after that. So in about frame 38, we can have it start to move forward and over. Okay, great. We're getting a little bit of locking. Let's go ahead and bring it forward on 30. And make sure it's not locked up on 26, so let's bring it forward there too. We want to avoid any locking we can. Alright, that looks better. Let's go ahead and check this out in different views. We don't want it moving only in the X and Z axis. We need some movement in the Y axis also. So let's go ahead and bring it down a little bit more on 38. And being that it's moved to our right and down on 38, naturally it should move opposite of that on the following frame. So we'll go to frame 48 and kind of have it shift up and back over to our left. Not in the same spot, but just in that direction. Alright, and then to finish up, we can go to the last frame, 55, and kind of bring it down and over back to the left a little bit more. Let's go and see how that looks. Alright, great. That looks nice. Very fluid. If you'd like to polish this some more, feel free to offset a few of your keys. So what I'd like to do is offset the translate Y. You can move over to our graph editor. Again, we want to break any linearity in the character's movements. So with all of our position keys lying on the same frame, that tends to lead to the linearity we want to avoid. What I'm doing is holding down Shift and Alt and using the right mouse button to expand the view of our translate Y function curve. What we could do from here is just go ahead and grab the keys on 38 and 48. Let's go ahead and shift them down one frame. Let's go and see how that looks. We'll go ahead and hide our controls. Hit play. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a look at this in the top view. And slow the speed. So it looks like the arm locks up a bit on frame 27. Let's say we go ahead and move it forward on the Z axis. And since we set that key, we always want to keep an eye on our F curves. So let's say we go ahead and frame our translate Z function curve and take a look at what we've just done. So we might here want to take the key on 26 and go ahead and delete that and start to tweak 27, tweak the tangent there and the keyframe, maybe bringing that down just a little bit more, but not as much. Again, so the arm does not pop. Alright, so that looks much smoother. Might want to bring up the key just a little bit more. Okay, so if we were to hit play, let's see how that looks. Very nice. All right, so once we're happy with the position of the arm, let's go ahead and add some rotational follow through. All right, so taking a look at this, the arm swings around. What I'd like to do here is take the angle of the wrist, the angle that we see on frame 30. Let's go ahead and have that same angle, but let's have that happen a little bit later on. Let's go ahead and have that offset just one frame. So what we'll do is press Shift E on 31. And now we'll want to curve the wrist in so that the wrist will fold out until we reach this pose on 31. So let's go ahead and take a look at our rotate keys. All right, so we have that pose of the wrist on 26. So what we can do here is rotate the wrist in on 27, just a little bit more, and delete the keys on 26. And now we get some really nice follow through in the wrist as the arm gets thrown back. So let's go ahead and continue the follow through. Let's finish up. So as the arm starts to move over to our right and then back to the left, we'll add some follow through here where the wrist rotates down and over to our right just slightly, not much at all. Shouldn't be wavy. We want the motion to be smooth, but not too smooth, where the arm appears to float around. All right, so I'll rotate the wrist in just a little bit more on 41. And now as the arm moves back up and over and then starts to move back down, on 51 we can have the wrist rotate up again. See how this looks, hitting play. Beautiful. All right, so that finishes up the follow through in the left arm. That looks very nice. Great. All right, so at this point, we can now go ahead and finish up our follow through by working on the right arm, which we will do in the next lesson. And then following that, we'll start to finish up our work on the blue character, looking for anything that needs to be tweaked. We still have a few poses to clean up, so we'll go ahead and get to that before we do one more check of the entire animation and call our project finished. So just a few more steps.